Welcome to Red Fracture TV. I, as always, am your host, Sean Chappell. It is now 2020, and that is synonymous with clear vision. Although I don't have actual 2020 vision, in fact, I have ironically bad eyesight for an artist, I consider the number of the year to be quite auspicious when it comes to Red Fracture and my life in general. I have a feeling that this year is going to hold some pretty amazing changes for me and for all of you watching as well. The year has started off at a fast clip, and I've commenced the first of my 30-day challenges, learning to juggle. That will be a separate video all on its own. Look for that in early February. Now, let's see what last week held for Red Fracture, shall we? Kitty and I spent New Year's Eve with our good friend and Honeybomb partner, Sabrina Scalarini. We bullied our way into the keg before it became a total nightmare, and then beetled back to our place for a night of board game fun. Run, Fight, or Die, a game about zombie hordes, had my rapt attention. It was a ton of fun, cooperative instead of competitive, and very challenging to defeat. But defeated we did, because we're like that. On January 1st, of course, that being New Year's Day, Kitty and I always have a movie day. The shops are closed, everyone's tired from being up late, and there's usually an amount of hangover thrown in for good measure. We enjoyed spending the whole day lounging in our PJs, grazing on a food platter filled with meat, cheese, and crackers, and being entertained by other people's creativity for once. Since it was New Year's Day, we got up late and only had a chance to watch about 5 movies instead of our usual 7 or 8. But the ones that we did pick were fun. Not a stinker in the lot. And I'd recommend watching Shazam! If you haven't seen it yet. It was pretty much a perfect movie. As far as I'm concerned, it is destined for our collection. This was the first truly serious down day that I've had since going full-time into running Red Fracture. We try to have one every month, but ultimately, it isn't always feasible. But making time to relax, have fun, and be with loved ones is really important. I've seen firsthand just how hard working all the time can be on family and friends. Now that I'm self-employed, I've let workaholism get its claws into me. That has to change. I'd recommend a movie day next time you need to depressurize and unwind. Shazam! On January 2nd, Kitty and I were on the run again, this time hanging up a show in the Rotunda Gallery in Kitchener City Hall. It's called Winter Wonderland, but of course, and features 17 mixed media paintings of mine and runs the entire length of January. Hopefully, it chases away those post-Christmas blues for you and yours. It is free to all, when City Hall is open, of course, and relatively kid-friendly. Fun for the whole family, really. I set the show up well in advance of leaving my day job in November. I knew that I would need to start the year strong, and this gave me the perfect opportunity. The space is local, easy to get to, easy to set up, and Caroline Varin, the gallery director, was awesome to work with. She had everything organized before we even got there at 9:30, and that allowed us to hang the show and finish up in less than 3 hours. It was short and sweet and awesome. It doesn't hurt either that Kitty and I have hung a lot of shows together. We work really well together. Thank you for your help, my love. Part of my mandate as an artist is to get my work out in front of people. I no longer see gallery shows as ideal places to sell my work, at least not locally, not for the type of work that I do. I see them more as putting my freak flag up and seeing who salutes. And also networking, so I can increase my community involvement, be that with fans or other artistic professionals. I'll be doing a lot more events like this throughout 2020, and I'm currently thinking about how to present my sketch covers, so I might put them in front of the right people to start networking with new customers and hopefully picking up some commissioned work along the way. Some friends through Facebook gave me a great idea. Approach gaming cafes to hang up my art. I think the locale and the artwork might work really well together. We're going to find out. Oh, and one last thing. The Rotunda Gallery is actually paying me to display as well. This was another reason that I applied for the show. Not only do I get to brighten the space with my macabre sense of surrealism, but I also get to make bank. Now that I'm self-employed, I have to chronically think about where the money is coming from. Take a break. It's okay. You're allowed. The shop isn't on fire, and your entire year isn't going to be ruined if you take an afternoon off. Yeesh. I've been pushing really hard as of late, not only on Red Fracture, but on this grant I picked up through the Waterloo Region Small Business Centre. Perhaps it wasn't the wisest idea to throw it into the mix, but it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. Both these and other self-imposed obligations have kept me jumping for the last 2 months. I am beat. Christmas Day and New Year's Day afforded me an opportunity to breathe. And to be perfectly honest, while we were sitting around watching movies for a day, I was wondering if I shouldn't be doing some drawing, getting down some new ideas, planning my next week, or planning out my next sketch cover. In fact, I think I did. I am a bit of a workaholic, especially when I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and time is always an issue in today's modern hustle and bustle. That's a fact of life. But it'll take more time to accomplish your goals if you put yourself in the hospital due to exhaustion or something worse. Just ask Ariana Huffington about the faceplant she did when she passed out from exhaustion. That put her in the hospital with a broken skull. I finally feel like I can breathe. So I'm going to start scheduling some fun time, and I'm going to make it a regular occurrence too. I invite you to do the same. Spend time with family, play a board game, play with a cat, go to a movie, see a friend, read a book, do nothing. Whatever you need to do to relax, do it. Short of murdering a transient, it's all good. Every battery needs to recharge. Put it in the schedule that I discussed in my previous videos and make it a regular activity. Take a break. Everyone gets one, even you. For now, that is all. Thanks for watching. And one last thing. Shazam! 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 I couldn't resist. Bye.